Who's excited to see Mama Set String Band? Welcome to the Big Stomp, you all. Thank you all so much for being here. I just wanted to quickly introduce Dr. Chris Peters. So, thank you, Dr. Peters.
You know, it's a bit of a gamble putting on a psychiatrist between musical acts, I think. So my name's Chris Peters. I am a child and adolescent psychiatrist. I work at the University of Louisville School of Medicine and also for the Norton Children's Medical Group. But I stand here today with 28 years of post-medical school experience in the world of mental health. What you'll hear are my views and not attributable to anyone else. Let me start by expressing thanks to the Pete Foundation, the Big Stomp organizers, and the Jones family. They have continued to include me in this mission. This is actually the 5th talk that I've given from the stage as part of this annual musical festival. I refer to these talks as Pete Talks. So it's only fitting to be at Pete's Landing. They've given me 10 minutes and I will stick with it. These talks continue to push us to grow and think in the spirit of helping the collective mental health of our world. We have always talked about the kinds of things we can do to make changes in our own health. Remember, what's your Pete? If not, I'll come back to that. We've talked about living in a mindful and present way, being intentional in what we do and what we say. We've talked about ways to help ourselves with our own health journeys, seeking counsel, sharing our struggles with loved ones, exercising, right? Finding nutritional ways to be healthier and healthier habits. We talk about ways we can help those around us. I was told 25 plus people signed up for QPR training that happened during this festival this year. Question, persuade, refer, the CPR of mental health. Real changes. We have the option this year of visiting the tent where we can express gratitude and appreciation to someone who has affected our own journey, who's helped us along the way, reminding us that we are not alone in this journey of life. We've continued to talk about ways that we can impact the world and thus impact the future for the generations to come. It is always appropriate, though, to remember where we started. A young man who was loved, whose memory is loved and nurtured and honored, who lost his battle with the very things that we strive to impact, that he would not have left the world in vain. Pete Jones left a hole in his family, and they responded in their loss with trying to channel that pain into helping others. The Pete Foundation grew and grows from that experience, as did the previous Pete festivals, and now the Big Stomp. Hashtag Stomp the Stigma. Pete's family took their pain and purposefully engaged to empower and make the world better. This action led to the mnemonic, What's Your Pete? Purposeful engagement to empower. If you want to challenge yourself today, commit to a Pete. A commitment to remind each of us that we move from loss and grief when we help each other heal. What's your Pete? Helping a friend, get off the electronics for a while, take a walk, voting in elections as the gift of democracy. Volunteer our time and energy to help those impacted by mental illness, by climate change, by hatred, and on and on. Being engaged. And by serving others, being active, and thus it is appropriate to be grateful to those who have helped us through our difficult times. What's your Pete? Hashtag Stomp the Stigma, the mental health flag, a big stomp music festival with the mental health theme are all symbols of action. This got me thinking about the power of symbols and how music and arts fall into that idea. Symbols can certainly be used for good or bad intentions. They can transform movements and raise awareness in the world. They can evoke memories and responses and lead us to recall those experiences and even make commitments. Music can touch us and stimulate those emotions. We can hear songs or even a line from a song, and it will transport us to a previous time, it itself becoming symbolic into all kinds of emotions. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's all right. The Beatles for me brings hope, right? A simple line, a simple lyric. How about another one? Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Old John Denver, 25 years ago this month, he left this world but left us the gift that connects us to Mother Nature. Music becomes a way we celebrate. We've all said this, happy birthday to you, right? Written by two Kentucky school teachers. It helps us honor, music does, helps us honor and pay homage and celebrate things of great importance. Think of the national anthem. I'm not going to sing that. So today, we gather for music to enjoy and fellowship with a common theme of the symbol of this festival. Other symbols thoughts, they evoke things, they tap into emotions, strong emotions and feelings that can call upon us to act and pursue the ideals of justice and to engage in important dialogue. Still, other symbols remind us and highlight the diversity that is the true gift of being part of the human race, the core common features of our humanity through the experience of love and loss are enriched by the backdrops of our individual journeys so that we can all appreciate the differences with respect and tolerance, if not absolute acceptance. In the words of Walt Whitman, by way of Ted Lasso, be curious, not judgmental. Still, some symbols are very focused and call on us to agree in a united response. End gun violence, creating a safer world where senseless gun violence is no more. Every talk I give, I will say, for example, if I am a gun owner and I keep my gun locked and unloaded, I decrease the risk of accidental shootings and suicide in my home. And finally, we are here to enjoy the company of friends and strangers alike at a music festival and space where we embrace the symbol of mental health, that mental health is health, where the hashtag Stomp the Stigma creates a future where we can talk about depression and anxiety and addiction in the same way we talk about a bone that's healing, dealing with asthma or diabetes. So we are all in this together. Mental health is keeping an active eye on justice. Mental health is being accepting of and curious about each other's lives and journeys. Mental health is being about making a stand for a more peaceful and safer world, such as ending gun violence. Mental health is the continuing of the mission of the Pete Foundation to educate, and by doing so, to stomp the stigma with our symbols, and doing this with the never forgotten reality that we are all in this together at our festivals, in our cities, in our states, in our country, and beyond. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please vote in November. Thank you.